1984's Don't Open Till Christmas is a Yuletide terror and an oddity in more ways than one. So firstly, it's an English stab at the Italian giallo genre, which is quite unusual to begin with, an English take on something that's very Italian. And secondly, the killer isn't that interested in screaming damsels in distress. This killer's ideal victim happens to be middle-aged men or elderly men who are dressed as Santa Claus around Christmas. Talk about niching right down. So as you've probably already gathered, the premise of this one is that a maniac in a creepy translucent mask is offing anyone dressed as Santa Claus or Father Christmas, as we used to call him here in Australia in the good old days before globalism, which reminds me, at one point a character describes someone as being up a gum tree, which I got a chuckle out of because I hadn't heard that phrase before, being up a gum tree, even though Australia is my home and home to gum trees, of course. So I went off and asked Grok, and Grok said that being up a gum tree means being in a difficult, problematic, or hopeless situation with no easy way out. So you learn something new every day, apparently. But I guess I'm getting a little off track here. Back to Don't Open Till Christmas. So Scotland Yard are on the case, or more specifically Edmund Purdom, star of After the Fall of New York, Pieces, and of course Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks. He's an acting virtuoso. So basically this one is It's a Wonderful Life meets Black Christmas with a dollop of Alone in the Dark and seasoned with a few episodes of The Bill, which all of which sounds sublime to me and is sublime in this movie. So although it's relatively bloodless compared to most slasher movies, this pommy git interpretation of an Italian giallo is as sleazy as it gets. It drags us down into the seedy underworld of London, and at times it feels like Paul Schrader's Hardcore or the Nicolas Cage movie 8mm. It really is that kind of movie. It really is quite quirky, unusual, and an original 80s horror entry, to say the least, and an original Christmas horror movie, to say the least. It's part Christmas story, part police procedural, and part giallo, and all very English. So Don't Open Till Christmas can be a little hard to find, but there's been a few recent releases in recent years, and it's worth the hunt if you can track it down, even if you're only going to see it once. The juice most certainly is worth the squeeze, especially the novelty of a slasher going after a specific type, which is middle-aged to elderly Santa Clauses. So it isn't the best of the 80s slashers or even the best of the Christmas slashers. For me, the best of the 80s slashers is probably Alone in the Dark. But like Alone in the Dark, it is one of the more original slasher movies of the 80s. And as we're well and truly into the festive season, as I upload this video, this is the perfect time to experience Don't Open Till Christmas in all of its seedy glory, because they don't make them like this anymore, in my opinion. And by pretty much every metric, they don't make them like this anymore. So I hope you're enjoying your festive season for what it is. If you are checking out this video in the month of December, I know money's a little tight right now, so it might be a lean Christmas for many this year, but I think we can all still have a bit of fun with these Christmas slasher movies like Don't Open Till Christmas. So if you have a favourite Christmas horror movie or Christmas slasher movie or holiday-themed slasher movie, I'd be keen to hear what it is in the comments. Otherwise, if you're enjoying this content, by all means, please like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time.